Hey Jacksonville, I'm Amanda Warford and welcome to this week's Weekend Design. The holiday season is the perfect time for baking. But if you're short on time and your budget's tight, then Kimberly Gonzalez has the perfect recipe for you.
Today we're going to be making holiday cookies. The ingredients for the cookies, very simple, 16-ounce store-bought sugar cookie dough and 1 cup of flour. Then for the royal icing, which is actually what you see here, and you can make it into the different colors, 1 pound of powdered sugar, a 1/3 cup of water, 5 tablespoons of meringue powder, and then of course you just need assorted food dye and sprinkles. So I have my mother here with me today, Linda. She's actually the one that came across this recipe online, and that's what we're going to be using today. I would definitely recommend go ahead and turn on the stove to 350 degrees while you're preparing the cookie dough. The first step in making the cookie dough is actually taking that 1 cup of flour in the store-bought cookie dough package, mix that together. It's best that it's room temperature, so something to keep in mind, probably pour that store-bought cookie dough out of the fridge maybe an hour or so before you start, so it has a softer consistency. And you probably aren't going to need the entire cup of flour. When it gets to that proper cookie dough consistency, you'll just know. If you don't have a professional KitchenAid at home, you most definitely can use my version of it. Otherwise, my mother was kind enough to bring her large KitchenAid over today. But if not, most definitely you can use a small hand mixer. As soon as you make the cookie dough, you can get right away and rolling it out. Something to keep in mind when you're actually rolling out the cookie dough, it should be about a 1/4 inch thick when you go to stamp the cookie cutters on it. Once you have your cookie dough rolled out to a 1/4 inch, then you definitely want to have your cookie cutters on hand. We have a few different ones today. Have a little acorn, pumpkin, and a leaf since we're making cookies for fall harvest. Then you're just going to come back and sort of peel away your excess cookie dough. You can just set it aside. And you definitely want to keep the excess because you're going to roll that out and stamp out more cookies. Then after you've stamped out the cookies, got your first tray or two, depending on how many levels you have available in the stove, putting the cookies, into bake for the 8 to 14 minutes. But if you have a dark cookie sheet, like I did here, a dark cookie sheet like this is probably going to need to come out at 8 minutes. While you're waiting, you can still be in the kitchen to check back on the cookies, and you can go ahead and start preparing the color for the icing. It's actually called royal icing. You're going to need the 1 pound of powdered sugar, 1/3 cup of water.
You need 1/3 cup if you're doing the full recipe with a pound of sugar. And pour it slowly so you don't get powdered sugar all over everywhere.
And 5 tablespoons of the meringue powder.
Let's get a whole tablespoon.
You can also cut that recipe in half and still have enough to decorate the cookies.
When you're mixing your sugar, you're going to go for soft peaks. It can take anywhere from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. It really depends on the humidity in your house, because what meringue powder is powdered egg whites. If the humidity is high, sometimes it'll take a little longer to reach that consistency. You can always add a little bit more water, but do so a little at a time. Then you can raise the speed. It'll thicken. You can see it. It's getting thicker as I'm beating it. It's going to be kind of like a soft marshmallow. This is what you're looking for. When you pull your mixer up, they form little mountains, and then they softly creep back down into the bowl.
Once you get the main bowl of the royal icing made, you can just take small glass ramekins or cereal bowls, whatever you have available to you, mugs, etc., and decide how many different colors you want to make. And then you'll have your liquid or powdered food dye available. Just a little bit in there, get to the proper consistency, and then you have your different colors ready. Then it's time to decorate. I really like doing this. I think it's a great opportunity. I got a pumpkin.
Oh, I'm going to do leaf.
Okay. You can do this for a party, for an office gathering, a baby shower, specific holiday. Really, this is a great opportunity to have the girlfriends over with a bottle of wine. I think it's especially great for the kids because they can't go wrong. They can kind of be eating cookies as they go along. They can lick their fingers, make a mess, and you only have to worry about cleaning the table. So I think it's really important this time of year, bringing the family back into the home.
People always like them. They're always a big hit, and it's some kind of pride that you get when you make them yourself, but even more so when you do it with family.
In this economy, it's very inexpensive to do, and anyone of any age can enjoy this. I would say the first time it might be between $12 and $15 if you're going out and you didn't have any ingredients except for the water you have at home. Something else to keep in mind, maybe you want to get different cookie cutters or different sprinkles, but $5 to $6 max for the times thereafter.
Thanks, Kimberly. Get your friends and family together this weekend for this quick and easy holiday treat. Now, which one do I want? I think we'll go with this one.
For more weekend design, continue to check Jacksonville.com. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Warford.